In this lecture, we are going to discuss Neisseria. Neisseria is a genus of bacteria known for its being adapted specifically to the humans. They don't survive well outside the body. So it's an important bacteria related to the humans. Having both harmless and harmful species, there are two major category of the Neisseria, pathogenic and non-pathogenic. Pathogenic cause disease in the human body, while non-pathogenic don't. So two most important pathogenic species, Neisseria gonorrhea and Neisseria meningitidis, have evolved mechanism to evade the immune system, making them tricky to clear without treatment. Classification, domain, bacteria, it's a single-cell microorganism without a true nucleus. Proteobacteria, that is the phylum, a large group of gram-negative bacteria. So it's mean Neisseria is related to the gram-negative bacteria. Class beta proteobacteria, they share certain genetic and metabolic triads. Order Neisseria, specific order for Neisseria and related organism. Family Neisseriaceae, family grouping related by DNA, and genus Neisseria, both pathogenic and commensal species, that is non-pathogenic. Neisseria, genus Neisseria honors Albert Neisser, who discovered Neisseria gonorrhoeae in 1879. Morphology, structure details. It's a diplococci. Each pair looks like two touching coffee beans. That is diplococci Neisseria. Gram-negative stain pink in gram stain due to thin peptidoglycan layer and outer membrane. That's the important feature. Capsule, Neisseria meningitidis, thick, sugary layer that protects from immune attack. Neisseria gonorrhoeae, no true capsule but has proteins to mimic a capsule effect. Other feature, pili, hair-like structure that allow Neisseria to stick tightly to the host cells through the pili. Outer membrane vesicles released by the bacteria packed with toxic molecules that contribute to the disease. That's the important thing, outer membrane vesicles involved in the uh, contributions of the disease. Cultural characteristic, growing these bacteria in lab fastidious. They need rich media because they don't survive harsh condition. So that's why they are called fastidious, because they require extra nutrients for their growth. Chocolate agar, blood agar heated to lyse red blood cell releasing nutrients like hemin, NAD that Neisseria needs so that it's grow on chocolate agar. That is the important thing. Thier-Martin medium, chocolate agar plus antibiotics like vancomycin kill gram-positive bacteria, colistin gram-negative bacteria, and nystatin kills fungus. So that is another modified form of the chocolate agar, that is Thier-Martin medium chocolate agar, and we also add some antibiotic to kill the different bacteria like gram-positive, gram-negative, and the fungus by using vancomycin, colistin, and the nystatin. Carbon dioxide requirement, 5 to 10% carbon dioxide enhances growth, capnophilic behavior. That's the important thing. Helps distinguish Neisseria from other common bacteria. That is the important thing about. Biochemical characteristic, catalase positive. Bubbles appear when hydrogen peroxide is added. So these bacteria produce catalase, and we can detect the presence of the catalase by doing some chemical reactions. Oxidase positive turns purple when oxidase reagent is applied. So that is, and again, the most important thing, it's a catalase positive and oxidase positive. Sugar fermentation, tiny tubes with sugar like glucose and maltose and pH indicators are used. Fermentation produce acid that causes color change. So we can detect it also through the sugar fermentation test. Different Neisseria gonorrhea glucose only. Neisseria gonorrhea ferment only glucose, while meningitis cause or ferment glucose and maltose both. That is again the basic difference between these two forms of the Neisseria. Pathogenic species, Neisseria gonorrhea, gonococcus. How it causes disease. Pili, attached to the genital tract cells and resist being flourished out. So that will attach to the genital tract through the pili. Ultimately, when it gets a chance to attach the body, then obviously it causes the disease at that side of the body. Antigenic variation changes surface proteins rapidly, so immune memory fails to tackle this type of bacteria. IgA protease cuts secretory IgA antibodies on mucous membrane, weakening the defense. So IgA proteins covers the our mucosa in the GI tract and in the mouth, so it can easily break these barriers. Diseases in men, it causes urethritis, that will be pain and discharge. Women often asymptomatic early cervicitis can ascend to uterus and fallopian tubes, pelvic inflammatory disease PID. So that is in women. Neonates eye infection, ophthalmia neonatorum during birth from an infected mother, because as we have see that uterus also affected by this bacteria. So when the baby passes through the uterus or the cervix, then obviously that baby can get the Neisseria, gonorrhea at that site. DGI bacteria enter bloodstream and causes arthritis, skin rashes. Next, Neisseria meningitidis meningococcus. How it causes disease? Colonize nasopharynx silently in many people's carriers. Nasopharynx area. Invasive disease enters blood, meningococcemia crosses blood-brain carrier and causes meningitis. That is the most important thing. Lipooligosaccharide LOS, similar to endotoxin, triggers intense immune response, shock, bleed, blood clotting problems in that case. Symptoms: rapid onset fever, headache, vomiting, and stiff neck. That is the symptoms of the meningitis. Rash, petechia or purpura is a hallmark. Shock, death can occur within hours if untreated. So that is the important thing. These symptoms will appear due to the presence of the lipooligosaccharide. Laboratory diagnosis: sample collection, critical to collect samples properly to prevent death of fragile Neisseria. Direct microscopic gram stain, best for initial and rapid diagnosis, like intracellular gram negative diplococci inside polymorphonuclear leukocyte, especially in gonorrhea. So these will look diplococci gram negative. It means it will look pink in color and present in the polymorphonuclear leukocytes. Culture: thyromartin prevents growth of the contaminants as we add some antibiotic to the chocolate agar. Chocolate agar is a non-selective but nutrient-rich. Biochemicals: Neisseria from other oxidase-positive organisms like Moraxella, because Neisseria is positive while others not. Rapid test: PCR is highly sensitive, useful in cases where culture fails. Treatment: gonorrhea treatment, rising antibiotic resistance is a huge issue. Due therapy recommended, like hit gonorrhea with ceftriaxone and cover possible chlamydia co-infection with azithromycin. Resistant against penicillin, tetracycline, and fluoroquinolones common now. So that is the important thing about the gonorrhea. Meningococcal infection, ceftriaxone, good CNS penetration, effective even penicillin resist appears. Treatment needs to start ASAP. Delay can be fatal. Prophylaxis for close contact skills carriers to prevent outbreak, rifampin, ciprofloxacin, and ceftriaxone used for the prophylaxis purposes. Prevention: gonorrhea public health relies on education about condom use, routine testing in high-risk individuals like sexually active individuals, no vaccine due to high antigenic variations. In case of gonorrhea, in meningitis, vaccine are highly effective, protect against ACYW135, quadrivalent conjugate vaccines that against the four different valent of the bacteria. Serogroup B needed a different vaccine like Bexero because its capsule mimics human cell molecules. That is again the for serogroup B. Mass vaccination campaigns in area with outbreaks sub-Saharan Africa. Uh, Table that summarize the gonorrhea and meningitis or compare. Capsule: gonorrhea, there is no capsule, surface proteins only. Yes, in case of meningitis, yes, there is a capsule, polysaccharide capsule, important for evading immune system. Glucose fermentation, common in both. They all do glucose fermentation, but maltose is only done by the meningitis, not by gonorrhea. Transmission: sexual transmission, but meningitis transmits through the respiratory droplets, coughing, kissing, and close quarters. Disease: gonorrhea, GDI, and meningitis, and septicemia. Vaccine available. There is no vaccine for the gonorrhea, but meningitis, there is a vaccine. And summary words, Neisseria are bacteria that look like tiny coffee beans spread either sexually, that in case of gonorrhea, and by coughing and kissing by meningitis. They have clever tools to fight our immune system, making them dangerous if not treated quickly. Gonorrhea causes STD, sexually transmitted disease, while meningitis can cause brain infection and death. Vaccine and antibiotics are our best defense, but resistance is rising, especially for the gonorrhea. So this is all about the Neisseria. If you still have any question, you may ask in the comment section. Thank you so much.